Good afternoon. Welcome to Atomic News. In this news bulletin, we are going to discuss about news and information related with chemistry. And don't worry, saying this won't make you well, I promise you. Well, let's start since we only have 10 minutes to finish this news bulletin. To begin, we have Dr. Mario with some interesting information of the relation of chemistry with medicine.
Welcome to our medicine section. Here we are going to talk about the contributions of chemistry to the medicine. We all know that all medicines are synthesized on a laboratory, but there are some special contributions that we should talk about. One of these contributions is the anesthesia. Maybe you have heard that someone got injected with anesthesia, but what does this do? Anesthesia is a substance that makes you lose your senses. This means that you won't feel pain or any other emotion. This is useful when surgery, since getting a big cut in your body and inside it must hurt. A common mistake is that people think that anesthesia is a new compound, but the anesthesia is simply a substance used to make someone lose their senses. The first anesthesia was used by Dr. William Morton in an extraction of a tumor from the jaw of a patient. He then used a sponge soaked with ether to render his patient unconscious. And after the patient woke up, he claimed that he didn't remember the surgery. This means that ether, also called diethyl ether, was the first anesthesia. Another great contributions are antibiotics, powerful medicines that fight bacterial infections. This means that if you have an illness caused by a virus and take an antibiotic, you won't get better. You can even get worse.
Thanks, Dr. Mario. Very interesting. Maybe next time I will check if I drink an antibiotic or an antivirus, depending on my illness. Next, we have the section of chemistry and food. And don't worry, we know your food doesn't have plutonium, at least not yet. This section is going to be explained by Mr. Sergio.
Thank you. As you said, I will talk about the chemistry in food. Well, first, the chemistry in food doesn't mean that we put toxic chemicals in food, but we rather use them like in crops, like the pesticide and the fertilizer. The pesticide is a substance that reduces or eliminates everything that, as the name says, it considers a pest. It is used in plants to protect them from the diseases, from insects, and from weeds. The pesticide is a powerful chemical agent that, with its efficient deterrence, it can eliminate anything that we consider a pest, like birds, mammals, fish, anything in general. Even though when it has a lot of drawbacks, it also has some benefits, like faster production. However, chemistry is not only used to kill animals that are dangerous to the planet, but also can use to make them grow. In this with the fertilizer. The fertilizer is any organic or inorganic material of natural or synthetic origin that is added to the soil to supply one or more plant nutrients that are essential to the growth of the plant. These ones are helpful if the environment lacks the important nutrients to the plant. They also help to speed up the harvest. The synthetic fertilizers were first used before the Industrial Revolution, but the inorganic fertilizers were used for many centuries even before that. Fertilizers have 6 macronutrients that are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, manganese, and molybdenum, zinc and nickel. Basically, they are just common and non-poisonous elements. We go back with you.
Sergio, this is very interesting and controversial. Maybe next time I buy some inorganic apples, I'll check if I don't find plutonium on them. In the next section, we have something very controversial and dangerous, the chemistry and warfare, explained by Dr. Oscar.
We have recently received some new information on some new deadly chemical weapons that the military has been using. In the past, we have seen some of the applications of these chemical weapons, starting with the chlorine gas. It would spread anywhere and asphyxiate anyone who breathes it. This could be described as the first step of the evolution of the chemical weapons. The military saw the good effects of these weapons and they started investigating in new methods. Then they invented the mustard gas. This would directly attack the DNA of anyone who breathes it or came in contact with it. This would lead to a slow death or cancer. But the new, most modern chemical weapon that I consider the deadliest of all is the new news-chemistry-CIDEB. This one literally makes you lose control of your body. You lose the ability to control your breathing and your blood pumping, and you eventually die a fast but painful death.
Thanks, Oscar, and thanks God these weapons were prohibited by the Chemical Weapons Convention. But as drugs, people will find a way to produce these weapons again. On a not brighter side, we have the relation of chemistry with global warming, explained by Dr. Rodrigo.
The global warming is an effect when the temperature of air rises above the average. This is caused by an effect that always exists, called the greenhouse effect. Chemistry in some way invents the greenhouse gases. Some of the gases are CO2, NO3, and CH4. CO2 is caused by unfinished combustion of foods. NO3 is mainly caused by the fertilizers and some bacteria in the oxygen. CH4 is also used as fuel. In one way or another, chemistry contributes to the discovery of this something, thus making chemistry guilty for inventing it. But who are the ones that use it most? Us. We are the ones that decide how chemistry is used.
Thanks, Rodrigo. And as you suggest, we are the ones that use the chemistry. This time I will propose you some ways in which you can help eliminate the global warming, using clean ways of transportation. This can be done as a community or as an individual. Cars should be avoided if possible. If this is done at the national level, punishment can be applied by the government. If the cars are used at a certain moment or during a certain circumstances, this punishment will be applied. The advantage will be a day free of CO2 and a day of free streets without cars. But the disadvantage might be that someone might really need a car, for example someone that is dying from pancreatitis or another illness. Another strategy to eliminate the global warming is the recycling. People tend to see recycling as a tedious, non-rewarding and useless idea, but in the right circumstances, this can be different. For example, you can use some soda cans and make a sculpture, and then sell it to someone and make some money. And it isn't useless since you are contributing to a better world. And if you die, at least you will know that you did something to contribute to our world. And another idea is planting trees. This idea simply consists of planting a tree in the soil, obviously. Trees and plants absorb CO2 and make it oxygen. Ironically, as a waste. If this is done at communities, people will see the importance of planting trees in the parks and green areas to make a better world. And if these children see this activity, they will think and will try to plant even more trees in their generation. To finish the whole thing, I am going to share the theme's conclusion about this topic. We think that chemistry has contributed a lot in many ways, such as in the medicine, in the way of anesthesia, but in bad ways, such as in warfare, the mustard gas, the chlorine gas, and the novichok agent. But, however, chemistry is important in our today's life.